Hello everyone. I'm going to break up this project into 3 different videos, and just this first one is going to be about creating the background. And I'm not going to do all 3 different kinds of media. I'm just going to focus on using the watercolor paint. The others are oil pastel and crayon. You can also use colored pencil. I'm just going to show you those. I'm not going to do that because the video would be a half hour long. So in order to do watercolor, you're going to need watercolor paint, water, your big paintbrush, or if you have a big paintbrush, you want that, and some paper towels. Paper towels are for a bunch of different reasons, but mainly because you may not want your paper to be constantly dripping wet, your brush to be constantly dripping wet. So these are the Prang watercolors that I gave to you in class. And the first thing I'm going to do is just soak the paper with plain water all the way down. The paper is going to buckle a little bit because it is just drawing paper. If you're using the paper from school, that's what I'm using, and it's going to buckle. If you bought the mixed media XL paper that I had showed all of the classes from Walmart, it's Canson, that's good stuff. That probably won't buckle as much. And if you remember when I did this at home with you, I used the Canson paper. So we're creating a wash here. Washes are really great to use if you want to do a sky, and basically that's what we're using for our background, is the sky. So I'm going to start with purple first, and we're going to do a sunset. And I'm just spreading the purple across the paper and kind of letting it do its own thing. You don't have to go too crazy on painting, nothing specific. So there's purple. Really wash the brush off well, even though we're just going to blue. Blue and purple get along pretty well. And I'm going to put blue next to it and let them kind of bleed together. And maybe mix it together a little bit with my brush. So where blue and the violet overlap will be blue-violet. Pretty color. Next, I'm going to go to green. And again, blue and green get along pretty well, but green and purple would not get along. That would make brown. So you want to keep the green away from the purple for this. Kind of blend that in with the blue. Sorry about the bell. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. Giving the paper a rest. And now to the yellow. Ooh, bright. And blending that in with the green. I'm pulling it. I'm pulling the color up into the green. And now orange, and that'll be the last one. No red in this sunset today. There we go. all the way down to the edge of the paper. Pretty easy. So you're basically just going in order, backwards. If you have room for red, you can add red. Or you can start with red and go this way. Red, orange, yellow. That's what I did in class the other day. Okay, that's pretty much it for the watercolor. I did the same order of colors when I overlapped and used oil pastel. I started with the violet, mixed blue, then mixed the light blue, then mixed the green with the light blue, and then green with the yellow green, and then yellow. Okay, the thing about oil pastel is that it needs to be very thick. You can blend it together with your finger. Okay, and get rid of all the little white crunchy spots. Or you can blend it together using a paper towel. Okay, and then I put some clouds through the middle here. This is done with crayon. So I gave you crayons in your supply packets. Okay, same thing, but with the crayons, they're not going to mix together. So you do the mixing by overlapping. And when you color in different directions to overlap the colors. Don't constantly just go back and forth. Color in different directions, and that helps things mix together better. So it's almost the same thing. I went purple to blue to green to yellow to orange. So all three of these are the same color combination. And then I put some clouds across the middle of that one. Okay, so hopefully you can get a background done and move on to the next section.